there was such a difference between being compassionate and meditating on death and actually being with people who are sick, frail, and dying. I'm Koshin Palley Ellison, the co-founder of the New York Zen Center for Contemplative Care.
I'm Robert Chodo Campbell, the co-founder of the New York Zen Center for Contemplative Care.
I grew up in the midst of the AIDS pandemic, the beginning of it, and when I was a high school student, we used to go to the hospital regularly when our friends Michael and Jerry were dying and spending time with them in the hospital. And so the reality of people that you love dying at an early age was very real.
Before volunteering in hospice, I volunteered at St. Luke's Roosevelt on the HIV pediatrics unit. And that was a really heartbreaking period to be working with children who were infected with HIV. And I had also worked the hotline for the GMHC, the suicide hotline, answering calls for young kids at that time who had just become infected and were looking for community, asking questions, and really, really worried about what's going to happen to me. All these past experiences kind of gelled into that first day of volunteering. Like, oh, now it makes sense. Now I know why I'm doing this. It wasn't so much a calling, it's kind of a pushing from behind. Come on, Chodo, you need to be doing something here.
I thought I was so well prepared on the cushion when we went into training, and I realized that, whoa, I have a lot of things to learn. And actually, most of the things that I thought I knew were not helpful at all, especially my ideas of compassion. I realized that the story of Shakyamuni Buddha is so important, and I realized that I'd completely misunderstood an aspect of it, that he actually encountered a sick person, he actually encountered a very old person, and he actually was with a dead body.
Every bone, every muscle, every tissue in the body, as from my own experience, was like seeing someone, hooked up to all those machines and tubes in the ICU, in the intensive care unit. It's very loud in a hospital setting. There can be a cacophony going on outside the door, and when you want the most peace and quiet around the bedside of someone who's dying, it's not happening.
Working with dying people, you never hear someone saying, oh, I'm so glad that I was so busy my whole life. You never hear someone saying, I'm so glad I was so distracted my whole life. And what you hear so often is, I can't believe I didn't really nourish my relationships. And so to me, the practice of meditation helps us really, hopefully, wake up to like, this is it. And which means, oh, this is it. This is it.